Hello, I'm Steve Muzzy, Senior Manager of Climate Programs at Second Nature. We are excited to have launched a new reporting platform. This video will introduce some of the new features as well as provide some tips for navigating the site. Before we log into the new reporting platform, I want to share some quick notes. For 2017, we have amended the reporting deadline. We are now utilizing a reporting phase. This means, as a signatory, you can report anytime between January 1st and May 1st. This eliminates the need to request extensions, as you used to do in the old system, and essentially provides everyone with the opportunity to collect their data at their pace in order to report by May 1st, which becomes the reporting deadline. If May 1st cannot be met, you just need to communicate with us and we will work with you to discuss options. The other note is climate commitment and carbon commitment signatories moving forward will all provide or report an annual progress evaluation. We will walk through that when we log into the system in a bit. Also, the process to develop the new platform has been thoughtful and collaborative. Based on feedback over time from you, the users, and from a working group of implementation liaisons, the goals of the new platform were this. We reduced the amount of data fields and integrated the greenhouse gas report and eliminated many of the progress metrics. We've provided comparison functionality so you can segment the data and download it to do deeper analysis at your own leisure. And we also have taken the data, existing data in the platform, in the database, and are crunching that information to provide you with feedback on your progress. So with that, we'd like to thank and recognize the many people that helped us get to this point. As mentioned, we had a data metrics working group that assessed all the data fields in the old reporting platform on their impact in order to help inform what metrics we could eliminate to streamline the reporting process. So thank you to all those listed here. We also want to thank the Sustainable Endowments Institute for helping us with securing a developer for this project. We'd also like to thank our beta testers who dug in early on to give us feedback on this new platform. So with that, let's move and log in to the new platform. The new platform takes a few seconds to load, as you can see it doing now. This is the landing page for the general public. So anyone can come here, as just like in the old system, and see the data that you have submitted. Some functionality here is quick searching in this bar. So we can search by state, and it pulls up schools with those characters in their name, or if we just stay with the state acronym, it can also be searched in that way. Clearing out the search bar, you can also search, sort data on columns. So we'll do a quick sort by state there. And then you can dig deeper on the left-hand filters by the different categories, commitment type and location. The general public doesn't have full access to the filtering functionality, as these options are locked out. But going deeper, looking into a specific school, the home landing page dashboard provides that feedback discussed based on data submitted. So an important piece of information to be aware of is your percent change in greenhouse gas emissions is only going to be calculated and is contingent on a baseline year selected in the targets that you've listed in your climate action plan. So if you've not yet submitted a climate action plan, or if you've only submitted one greenhouse gas inventory, you need at least 2 greenhouse gas inventories, and you need to select a baseline year and a target out of your climate action plan to get these calculations. We'll go into that a little bit deeper when we log in to look at a signatory logged in view on the dashboard. So again, here we have change in emissions. These areas are gross emissions. And then we also calculate your total net emissions based on mitigation data submitted in your greenhouse gas reports. Institutional information, membership ratings, your charting, which can also be sorted by normalization data. And then, of course, there's still access to the data submitted in your previously submitted reports. So we'll click in. And it's similar to how it used to be, the format that was listed in the former reporting platform. Moving back out, you can quickly go back to the dashboard you were viewing, and then home for the general public is all these pages, or the data tables, excuse me. So let's log into a signatory dashboard. Your former login should still work. If not, you can contact us or request access, and we will get you in immediately. So when you first log in to the new platform, you will get this welcome message, which reiterates the point that the data that you see, the crunching or the analysis and the feedback on your change over time may not be what you communicate internally. And we just want to make sure that the data that you've already submitted is accurate. So we're recommending that you check your already submitted legacy greenhouse gas reports and climate action plans to make sure they're being reflected accurately back in to this section, the percent change in your emissions. So again, if you're showing 0 and it's up here, if these are all 0, and up here it's saying your most recent greenhouse gas inventory year and your baseline year are matching, that means it's only making the calculations on one report and it needs 2. So that's where you would go into your climate action plan and you'd go to your interim targets. All your submitted greenhouse gas reports will be pulled up, and you would select your baseline year, whatever that one would be, and you'd hit save. Go back to your dashboard. And those calculations will be reflected. So more information that's provided in your signed-in dashboard, not available to the public, is you can download your commitment logo from your dashboard. Membership ratings are there, but you can update them. It also provides your dues payment information for this most recent year. And for future years, they will be added here. And then, of course, this is where you will submit and create your reports moving ahead. So let's look at an annual progress evaluation. So again, all carbon commitment and climate commitment signatories are reporting an annual progress evaluation every year, which now includes a greenhouse gas inventory and some progress metrics. This is broken down same order, basically same format as the previous reporting system, methodology and boundaries for your greenhouse gas report, start date of the 12-month period covered in this report. So you'd want to choose for your greenhouse gas report here, and this would also reflect on your progress metrics when we get to those. But again, nothing new here. Nothing new for emissions data. Same fields, although there have been a couple of amendments. We've updated Scope 3 voluntary or optional data sets to align with the corporate standard. So waste generated in operations is an expansion of solid waste, fuel and energy related to activities not included in Scope 1 or Scope 2, and then purchased goods and services. So expanding the Scope 3 emissions, again, they're not required, it's optional. And then if you want to continue to parse out Scope 3 outputs, such as paper purchasing or solid waste, you can include those in custom source. The biggest amendment to the greenhouse gas report is the mitigation data. We're now, there's been expansions on carbon offsets and renewable energy generation and purchases. We are seeking some overall campus energy inputs so that we can get a better understanding of renewable energy generation as a percentage of your overall energy consumption. Optional, not required data. Another neat function of this new platform are these tooltips that provide more information and will pull you out to further guidance or information if required. So mitigation data, renewable energy generation. The difference here from the old system, especially in regards to net emissions, the campus carbon calculator or carbon map previously used to provide an output of metric tons equivalent of your renewable energy purchases. That's no longer the way that net emissions should be calculated based on the greenhouse gas protocol update to their Scope 2 emissions tracking from a couple of years ago. So Carbon Map and UNH are going to update that in their calculator. And so your reductions in Scope 2 emissions will be calculated in the input and purchase electricity. And so that's where you'll see the reduction. It won't be a subtraction off the gross to create a net. So we want to do a better job of tracking attributes, so whether you've sold them or retained them, and verification. And then just total generation, sold and retained, so we get a better understanding of the higher ed sector's deployment or investment in renewables. And then we separate your generation and your purchases. So NREL has a great list of the different methods for purchasing renewable energy. Those are located here. The amount, and again, you can go to NREL for more guidance on what these different methods are for renewable energy purchases. And then, of course, you can provide more context in a text box here. The other major update here is to offsets. We had a working group to update the carbon offset protocol. So now you can, as in the past, offset purchases. If you generate your own offsets, you can sell them, and those can be captured here. as well as if you're producing them, not yet sold. Those can be tracked here. Again, not required, all optional. And this is in here. And this, of course, many of the offsets are the calculations, especially here, to get to your net emission output. Normalization and contextual data is unchanged from previous reports. And then progress metrics, out of the old system with the big 6-page progress report and climate action plan, we've reduced it to this one tab. So high-level financial data, that was in the old system. Financing methods, checkboxes, and then some feedback on your education, research, and community engagement efforts for climate neutrality. These are required, always have been included in the climate action plan and the progress report. And that is it for progress metrics. This last tab takes all the data fields in the report, puts them in one place. It'll give you feedback if a required field is not filled out. You can click directly from there. It'll show it in red and you can click on it. It'll take you back to that field. You can fill it out. And then at the very bottom is where you would submit it publicly. I'm going to go back to the dashboard. And so again, that annual progress evaluation is the same for carbon commitment and climate commitment signatories. If you are a resilience commitment signatory or a climate commitment signatory, you also have to report your campus community structure in this first year. And that is this form, similar to your institutional structure. What is your formal structure for your campus community partnership to address resilience? Again, there's guidance directly in the report form. You can exit for further guidance, but these are the data fields. Pretty straightforward and not very arduous at this time. On the People tab, you can now manage all your contacts and users. This is where you would update any change in your president or chancellor. This is your implementation liaison as well. Will be updated here. You can only have one president, one implementation liaison. But then you can add up to 5 implementation contacts. And you can select whether or not if you want them to have user access to the reporting platform. So anyone you list in here will get the same communications as the implementation liaison. And again, you can check off whether or not you want them to have reporting system access. By checking that box, we will get an email and then we will respond with creating the credentials and sending an email to them, welcome them to the network, and information on how to log into the site. And then if you're a climate commitment or resilience commitment signatory, you'll also have this option for campus community contacts, same as above. Implementation contacts, they'll get the same communications as the implementation liaison, but they also can have access to the reporting platform if you choose. So the last feature we want to share with you is the data table for signed-in signatories. This is increased access or full access to all the data of every signatory if you are a signatory. So again, similar to the home page for the public landing page for non-logged in signatories, you have the columns or extended columns here to sort on, as well as full access to all the filters to sort on. Additionally, this column provides all the greenhouse gas detail for the signatory. And you can scroll all the way over. It's every data field in the greenhouse gas inventory. And then you can also filter out and export any data that you would like from here. The other feature is the comparison feature. So you can lock yourself or whoever you want to lock. So we'll do Allegheny College again. And then if we move over to the filters and we want to compare all those in the state of Pennsylvania, you'll see you're continued to be locked at the top. You can go deeper and say, I want to see everyone in Pennsylvania as well as everyone that's a baccalaureate. And there you have access, or the filter that shows you everyone in Pennsylvania, baccalaureate. College, you can look right here, sort, segment data based on the columns, and then you could go through and also export data and create your own spreadsheet for deeper analysis. Unlock, clear filters, and you're back again. You can increase the number of signatories that are listed. You get the dynamic feedback on averages based on percent change and total emissions. This is only for who is viewed in this table. At the moment, it's not everyone here. That's just a note you should make. You may not need that anyways, but that's the note. So that is a quick, brief introduction to the new platform. We're pretty excited about it. We have many amendments and enhancements that we'll be working on as we go through 2017, including meeting of thresholds and recognition of your efforts, perhaps carbon calculation functionality also right inside the platform, as well as some other things we're thinking about. It's new, it's different. If you have any questions or having trouble navigating, please contact us directly. We're happy to hop on a call and walk you through it. And we hope you enjoy the new platform. Thank you.